friend Anna Breytenbach, who is a renowned animal communicator, invited us to visit her in Nysna, South Africa, to meet a very rare black leopard at Jukani Wildlife Sanctuary. Originally named Diablo, the devil, because of his blackness, he came from a zoo in Belgium where he was extremely abused by humans. When he first arrived at Jukani in South Africa, he was very aggressive and angry and would not come out of his very small enclosure. And now Anna is part of a team of loving humans who care for him, honor him for his beauty, and recognize the extraordinary consciousness that he holds. He is no ordinary leopard. Through Anna, he has been able to communicate with his human guardians about the abuse that he suffered, and an amazing healing has begun. In Anna's first communication with him, Diablo told Anna that his name needed to be changed to something much more appropriate and dignified. He wanted to be called Spirit. After our visit to meet Spirit, Anna and my spouse, Leslie Temple-Thurston, talked about their experience of this magnificent and very rare black leopard who holds an extraordinary consciousness.
I felt as though he was a part of my unconscious that I wanted to open up to and deepen my experience of the light that lives in the deeper unconscious. You know, they say we have an animal unconscious, that the animal world lives in our unconscious, and I want to know the animal world and the unconscious, and we've lost that. I'm sure that in ancient times, in our Paleolithic phase, we had an intimate understanding of animals at a level that we can't access now. And I saw him as a representative or as a living embodiment of that animal unconscious.
So having him in front of you, one notices more his outline, and I know you said too, it was like an outline and an aperture into eternity, or into a whole different realm of the unconscious. What I have experienced a lot in my work, and working with the sacred white animals, be those white buffalo calves, or of course our beloved white lions, we're all very well aware of the high esteem in which white wild animals are held.
Yes.
And this enormous prejudice against black animals and them being considered devilish and diabolical is quite the opposite of my experience. They should be no less revered than the white animals.
No, absolutely. This is the dark and the light, the good and the evil projection onto dark and light. Humanity's polarity with good and evil, which really only exists in the third dimension. On the higher dimensions, there is no good and evil. It's all just goodness.
Yes.
Black is not evil. And so too black animals have a consciousness perhaps that created the blackness, but it's not an evil consciousness. There's no such thing as evil. Evil doesn't exist except in the minds of the humans who've been programmed to see it.
The other thing about what you've said is that I very much get the feeling that he is this edge walker, this poise. This absolute centeredness and poise is the edge walker, the veil between the apparent light, the apparent dark, apparent good, apparent evil. And I recall when we were with him, you felt and said something about that blackness of his representing the shadow, and how we can plumb the depths of shadow to discover such riches.
New worlds.
Yes.
New levels of consciousness, new states of being. He seems to contain it all.
And the animal dream time that he allows access to is something very deep in our own psyches and unconscious. And that blackness too of the void. The void is the birthplace of everything, form and non-form.
It's as though he has access to the very source point of the void. I mean, it is not an anomaly that he was black. Those kinds of things are not random at all. So he carries that in his consciousness. So he's different from other leopards. It's a mystery.
Yes.
A mystery to be unraveled.